Welcome to this nonprofit podcast NewsPod. This is a dedicated NewsPod, the third in a series of 5 specifically addressing our Sacramento Region Community Foundation's Big Day of Giving, or BDOG as we've come to know it, right, Kelly?
That's right.
I'm joined by Kelly Siefkin, Chief Philanthropy Officer with the Community Foundation. Kelly, welcome.
Thank you so much.
This episode, we're talking about something a little bit different. It's the Impact Collaborative, and that's relatively new. I'm not sure I know what it really is, so would you help us understand what is the Impact Collaborative?
Absolutely. The Impact Collaborative is something brand new. It's actually a giving circle at the foundation. And this is where members make an annual contribution of $300 or about $25 per month. We pool all of those resources and invest them, a great tip that the foundation has available. And at the end of the year, the members of the Impact Collaborative will help determine which nonprofits will receive grants from that pool of funds.
Well, it's really affordable. So it's an opportunity for somebody to really engage into the philanthropic mode for an annual giving circle, as you say. What are the benefits? What else comes along with that by point of entry, maybe versus a donor-advised fund or something that they're more familiar with, but maybe just haven't been able to participate?
I think accessibility is the very first point that you bring up. It's really helpful for someone who does not have the resources to start their own charitable fund. Donor-advised fund is really wonderful, but it starts at $10,000. So this sort of giving level is more approachable for more participants in the community. It also offers some great social connection opportunities to learn about community issues. A lot of people who've joined the collaborative are excited to be exposed to more nonprofits and the great philanthropic work going on in the community. We also offer shared decision-making around grants. So that's really great. You can have a voice in where those dollars are granted out after the funds are grown over time. Plus, the Impact Collaborative members get to participate in learning opportunities and social events throughout the year. We have a volunteer opportunity, a talking tour with behind the scenes, opportunity to meet some local philanthropists and see kind of what motivates their giving, learn how grant making works, some local experts. The foundation has been doing this for 43 years, and we have some great insight on how to grant dollars out. And I think a lot of people will really be excited to select exactly where those funds will be used by the end of the year. It's really a great way to learn about and support multiple organizations.
And all that comes on just a $300 contribution or that $25 a month you're talking about?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're trying to get people exposed and excited about it. And I think a lot of times when people think about a philanthropist, they think that is something completely out of their reach. But every time that you are making a contribution and making that financial gift to a nonprofit organization, you are putting your dollars where your heart is. And I think that's really important for everyone to realize that it occurs at every single level. We see that every year with Big Day of Giving, and this is another way that you can stay involved at affordable price point year round.
And let's not forget that if you are participating this way, you are a philanthropist.
It's really, really important. I think a lot of people get very hung up in the number of dollars that they sign on a check that would make them feel that they aren't a philanthropist, but everybody with every contribution is a philanthropist. Time, money, your special skill set. There are so many ways to get involved with the hundreds of nonprofits local in our community.
And as we know, we have coming up over 900 for this year's Big Day of Giving. So there's not going to be any lack of opportunity, that's for certain.
That's right. There's the Big Day of Giving is a great training opportunity, and we love to encourage people to dip their toes into philanthropy with Big Day of Giving because the minimum gift is just $10. So I think there's a plethora of ways for folks to get involved, and Big Day of Giving is usually the first step.
So before you get on your philanthropic bicycle, this is the way to start with training wheels.
Exactly.
So how is the Impact Collaborative tied to Big Day of Giving?
So just like all of the other 900 plus nonprofit organizations, Sacramento Region Community Foundation is raising visibility about the great work occurring in our community. So when donors are selecting organizations to support on Big Day of Giving and they're adding those donations to the cart, they can also join the Impact Collaborative at the foundation at the exact same time.
And then if they want more information, I'm assuming it's the website, where should they go?
Visit sacreachcs.org for more information about the Impact Collaborative. You can always call the foundation, 916 916-921-7723 and find out about the next opportunity that the Impact Collaborative is hosting in our community.
Okay, and I will put both of those in the episode notes as well, so it's easy for somebody to grab and get that information. Now, let's say I'm really interested. I get it. I understand what it's all about. What if I want to do my own giving circle? Can I create something like that?
You absolutely can. And that's what we're hoping that the Impact Collaborative does, is inspires more people to engage in our community. So at Sacramento Region Community Foundation, we offer 9 different types of charitable funds: donor advised funds, designated funds, field of interest funds, but we also offer giving circle funds. And you can bring together a group of like-minded individuals to grant out dollars. So several groups actually host giving circles at the foundation. You bring the individuals together, we handle all the administration. We have groups that come together on a certain mission category or in a certain geography, whether that's you belong to a book club or a running group. They're typically individuals that are already congregating together, and the foundation can offer support to them on the philanthropic side through a giving circle. I'd love to share just 2 quick examples, if I may.
Oh, please.
We have API's Rise. That is a giving circle that was founded over 10 years ago. And that came about really in an effort to raise awareness about all of the great Asian and Pacific Islander mission serving organizations in the community. So anybody can join. It was started by a group of individuals, but now anybody can join with a contribution, and they get a vote at the end of the year where they'd like their gifts to go. They've been granting tens of thousands of dollars. It's really incredible to see the power of philanthropy together. And then I'd also like to share YOLO 100 Women Plus Women Who Care. In YOLO County, a wonderful collection of ladies get together, learn about nonprofits in their community, and with those contributions are voting on where they'd like their dollars to be most impactful. So anybody can form a giving circle, and Impact Collaborative is a nice trial run to see if you'd like to do that with your friends or family.
Is there a minimum number of people or a maximum number of people in that particular giving circle?
To open it, there's a max of 20 just founding members, but there's no max because the giving circle is yours. The foundation's providing really the administration, but you're creating whatever types of gatherings you'd like. All the different giving circles that the foundation operates run it however they would like, whether that's meetings or social events, whatever the case is. We facilitate the dollars in, the investment to grow, and granting out. That's our responsibility. So some of the giving circles are huge and some are very tiny. It's completely up to you.
I love that. So I could do, back to my analogy of the cycling, I could do a bicycling giving circle for a group of people that are into cycling.
We would love that. And you're welcome to keep the granting very focused and just help bicycle focused organizations with your grants. Or it can be every member could bring a different idea to the table. And when you vote, the one with the most votes gets some of the dollars that year. You can organize it any way you'd like.
Okay. Or health and wellness, or you name it.
Exactly.
I love that. I think that's a great concept. What a fun way to go, too, because you have like-minded people in the same space looking at organizations that they want to participate with.
You got it.
All right. So next question seems to be logical. Is the Impact Collaborative wrapped around Big Day of Giving, or can I join inside or outside of the framework of Big Day of Giving?
Impact Collaborative is year-round. Membership is actually annual in nature, so anyone can join at any time. And that's what's really helpful. It's not just a Big Day of Giving, but like all of the other nonprofits in town, Big Day of Giving allows us to put a spotlight on one activity. So you're welcome to join the Impact Collaborative on Big Day of Giving. But if the day after it excites you, or you want to do it for your birthday or another time is an appropriate fit for you, just reach out to the foundation and we'll get you involved.
And again, to be clear, you said this is an annual event, so that contribution is annual. It's not in perpetuity. That year would then dissipate all those funds?
Exactly. So whenever you're joining, either in a lump sum by joining a membership of $300 or the $25 monthly contribution, all of the dollars raised through the time of the granting will be utilized to grant out, with some supplemental dollars from the foundation as well. We'll be able to be granted out, and then we'll continue to garner dollars so we're ready for next year.
What an exciting way to get involved. I love that.
Thank you.
And so everything gets fired up. It gets kicked off with Big Day of Giving. You get in tune with it all. You grab your friends, whatever your social circle is, give it a name, call it something, and that's your giving circle.
Exactly.
Well, that's
And
what
we
we
re-
want.
we really love that giving circles not only bring people together, but they bring ideas together.
Yeah.
You might be in a bicycling group and you all share that in common. We might support various nonprofit organizations, and you'll learn through Giving Circle who others support, and that might excite you to learn about ways you can engage as well.
Kelly, I love what's happening with so many different opportunities for people to engage, from the minimum contribution this year to giving circles, the Impact Collaborative. One more time, where should they go to learn more about it?
Visit sacragecf.org and look for the Impact Collaborative.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and we will learn more as we continue to get to that website and set up our Impact Collaborative groups and giving circles. Thanks for listening. If you like our program, please subscribe, give us a positive review, and share with someone you know. This nonprofit podcast NewsPod is a production of Hear Me Now Studio.